I often talk about this three-part recipe of the human brain development process. The first part has to do with the braking system of our brain. If we think about our developing brain as a car, the front part of our brain, the prefrontal cortex, is the braking system. It's what holds us back. And if you're driving in a car or on a bicycle and your brakes are weak, you have a hard time slowing down, it's very difficult to make a good turn, to steer, right? And if you think about steering as the choices that we as adults, and we're expecting our children to make choices. And so the choices are really about how they process, how they manage, how they cope with the vast amount of information that they're encountering online and offline. But what's different about the internet is that this digital stimulation pulls and pushes and engages our brains in a different way. And children have weak braking systems. Second part of the recipe is that they have an overactive emotional part of the brain, the alarm center of the brain and the impulsivity part of the brain that encourages them to go out and find that information and go down that rabbit hole. One of the executive functions that the prefrontal cortex, again, the front part of the brain, is responsible for is being able to prioritize and shift their attention from one topic to another. So back to the three-part recipe, we have weak braking, weak control, overactive acceleration, if you want to think about it that way, where they're interested in seeking out that information, and unending, on-demand, digital content literally at their fingertips. Even if they don't have a pocket-sized computer, a phone, they still have Chromebooks and iPads, and depending on the school they go to, digital devices and screens at every corner of the school. So the impact on the child's emotional and cognitive development can be significant. They might encounter things that are overwhelming, that are inappropriate for a young child, could be of sexual content, could be a level of harassment or cyberbullying. I typically refer to that as harassment because it's not really bullying online, it's harassment. They might be encountering, again, an inability to set limits on themselves even when they're learning amazing content. A lot of these apps and most of the internet is designed literally to dysregulate, so we stay there.